I'm definitely invested in this community. It feels like home. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. All right, dude.
What's in there?
We brought gifts.
Oh!
Right?
Finally a hat.
Finally, right? I'm Zach Taylor. I'm the captain with San Bernardino County Fire Department here in Yucca Valley, and I'm proud to serve you.
Good job. Today we are at the newly completed Birch Creek Bridge in Oak Glen. This project demonstrates the county commitment to disaster preparedness and disaster response. When Tropical Storm Hillary came through, it completely inundated this creek and destroyed the bridge.
The prior bridge crossing was a smaller 12x6 box culvert, which was heavily damaged by large boulders that came down the burn scar area. Our engineering department put together a quick project to replace the destroyed structure with two 10x10 precast boxes.
I'm extremely proud of our crews and our engineering teams for finding an innovative solution to replacing and repairing this bridge.
These two precast boxes tremendously improved the ability of water and debris to flow underneath the roadway. The project started in mid-September, and we're standing here now on the brand new bridge, which has been opened prior to Thanksgiving.
So often county projects get held up during design or because of environmental concerns or material lead time. And this project, we were able to complete it in record time.
We have been cleaning channels and installing mitigation measures like K-Rail in preparation for the upcoming winter season. We have cameras in place to monitor the area remotely and have pre-positioned barricades and equipment to close down roads quickly and begin the cleanup process as soon as the storm is over.
With the reopening of this road, visitors and residents now have full access to their homes and local businesses.
Do you own a property in San Bernardino County? You may be owed a property tax refund. To find out if you have a refund, please visit the ATC website at sbcountyatc.gov. On the left side of the website, click Unclaimed Tax Refund Search. You can search for an unclaimed property tax refund by parcel number or street address. For example, if your address is 123 Palm Street, only enter 123 Palm in the search bar. There is no need to enter street, avenue, lane, or any other portion of your address. If you have an unclaimed refund, the bill number, parcel number, situs address, refund amount, and a link to the form will appear on screen. If you don't have a refund, you'll be notified of that as well. To request a claim form, click Form on the left-hand side of the screen, and the refund information will show on the next screen. If the mailing address is correct, click Yes and enter your name, email address, and phone number. If the mailing address is not correct, click No and complete the form, including where you want the form to be mailed. Your request will be processed in the order it was received, and the appropriate claim form will be mailed to the address provided. If you have any questions, please call 909-382-3090.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid being made in somebody's garage or their home, not controlled. It's 50 times more powerful than heroin and 100 times more powerful than morphine.
Stop the Void is a California nonprofit corporation dedicated to educating and raising awareness in our communities about the scourge of fentanyl. We started this organization because I lost my own son, Daniel Huerta, who was only 16 and a half years old when he passed away due to fentanyl poisoning. Due to the stigma of addiction and overdose, most parents feel that this could never happen to them. And I'm truly sorry, but it can.
San Bernardino County started with the Fentanyl Doesn't Care, But We Do campaign. Fentanyl doesn't care if you're a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, a coworker, a friend. It just doesn't care. But we do in the county of San Bernardino, and that's why we created this campaign to bring awareness to the community.
San Bernardino County and Stop the Void have partnered together. Come to San Bernardino County website, Department of Behavioral Health, look at all the resources that they have, and make sure that you speak to your children. Numbers just came out for 2022, and it's north of 109,800 drug deaths in the United States. Roughly 77% of all of those drug deaths were due to fentanyl. This is why this message and this campaign is so, so important. If you think that it can't happen to you, think twice.
San Bernardino County's Land Use Services has now made it even easier for you to schedule your on-site, virtual, and self-inspections. It's called Easy Inspect, and it's a new mobile app available on the App Store and Google Play. Built with both contractors and homeowners in mind, Easy Inspect is an easy-to-use tool for viewing all of your eligible inspections right from your phone. You can schedule one or multiple inspections at your fingertips. For any additional help using Easy Inspect, visit easyinspect.sbcounty.gov or call 800-637-6655.
As we look at this monument, may we reflect on the memories and lessons of each very precious life, because it is this, our shared story, with all its pain and tragedy, that binds us together as a diverse community of people around our county today, and even with those around our world. May this curtain of courage represent to you that we choose to join you in honoring the lives of your loved ones, our loved ones, and we'll never forget them.
December 2nd, 2015 was an unimaginable day for all of us. 14 people we loved were taken away from us on that day. Our employees were spiritually and physically wounded. It changed us all forever. Following the attack, the Board of Supervisors formed a memorial committee made up of family members, survivors, first responders, and county staff, so we could build something that would stand forever as a testament to our commitment never to forget.
The Curtain of Courage is a place for us, one of mourning, but also we want it to be a celebration of life, akin to a small set of chapels, each signifying an individual loss, but creating a place that marks this day and time.
And today, we're here to honor the memories of those that succumbed during that day, but also to honor them that are with us today and their families that move forward. To be able to see this curtain of courage gives us all in San Bernardino County, the state and the nation, the courage to move forward.
In 2018, almost 3 years after the attack, the San Bernardino County December 2nd Legacy Report was published. It was intended to be a publicly available resource for communities and organizations that must respond and recover from similar situations. Already, that report is helping other families and other communities learn from your experience.
you sort your trash may be changing. Did you know organic waste that ends up in California's landfills makes up 20% of the state's methane gas emissions? Organic waste includes items such as food waste, like leftovers, bones, shells, peels, and pits. Food-soiled paper products such as paper towels, napkins, and pizza boxes. And yard waste such as grass clippings, leaves, and twigs. That's why jurisdictions throughout California, including the unincorporated areas of San Bernardino County, are now required to implement Senate Bill 1383, the new statewide plan to reduce methane gas emissions. If you live or work in an unincorporated area of San Bernardino County, you may be required to subscribe to waste, recycling, and organic recycling services in 2023. The county is dedicated to keeping residents and businesses of the unincorporated areas informed about this new state law and how it affects our communities before any changes take place.
Code enforcement's mission is to ensure compliance with county codes and state laws, to create safe, attractive communities that improve the quality of life of residents.
County Code Enforcement has several special programs: illegal dumping, community cleanup, graffiti abatement, fire hazard abatement, off-highway vehicle enforcement, cannabis enforcement, and of course our traditional code enforcement program.
Code enforcement benefits residents through our goal of leaving people better than we found them, by leaving them safer because we have addressed unpermitted construction that could affect the occupants, or by improving blighted conditions that affect not only the occupants, but the community.
My role in code enforcement is to ensure that residents of San Bernardino County are following the rules and the ordinances, talking with the public more one-on-one, helping them learn the ordinances, but also talking to them as though we're neighbors, because we need to make sure that San Bernardino County is a good place to live, a good place to work, and be a beautiful place for the residents.
Our code enforcement team continues to grow. We're working on some initiatives that are going to expand services and create new programs that'll help our county residents.
I'm very pleased with them always. I've dealt with them for a good 30 years now. There's reasons for the code enforcement, and we want our city safe, and you can see when you don't have the codes what you get.
I became homeless back in 2008. I lost my sister. Then I lost my mom. I went under depression. I was really sick. I couldn't walk.
Sarah, we met in late 2019. She was living in front of businesses along the street. And we gave her some information and linked her with a post team and Inroads for temporary transitional housing motel assistance.
So I think it's important collaborating with all the departments involved, because sometimes there's a situation where we'll have to gather together and just think outside the box how we could help that person out.
Inroads stands for Innovative Remote On-Site Assistance Delivery Service. From the time that I just recently had met her on the streets to today, she's so much happier, healthier, and is working towards getting her own apartment now.
We go to where the client is and taking the resources directly to them, and it helps build that bridge for success.
I don't want to be homeless anymore, and I thank the county staff and team that helped me through this. Thank you guys, and God bless you.
ARMC just received Level 1 Trauma Center verification by the American College of Surgeons.
It means that all of these services at the hospital are able to work together in a timely fashion to take a patient from the doorway to the definitive care place. We were Level 2 prior to this. By achieving Level 1 status, we've become a center that doesn't have to transfer any patients out to provide life-saving care.
It is well known as the county hospital that serves the Inland Empire region with high-quality medical care, but also a great place to train future physicians and future nurses.
We developed a program, actually just a partnership with our local hospitals to go out and teach them about trauma. It's a phone call, and then we'll set a classroom for their physicians and ER nurses, and we're more than happy to go and provide this education, because our goal is to provide optimal care for all of our patients, not only in our hospital, but in the outside hospitals as well.
So I think having education in addition to being able to deliver high quality care, that's what I think makes this hospital a very special place.
San Bernardino County has always been the biggest, and once again, we're the best. Under the Board of Supervisors' visionary leadership, we earned an incredible 160 Achievement Awards from the National Association of Counties in 2023, winning more than any other county for the second year in a row. There are more than 3,000 counties in the United States, and San Bernardino County continues to stand above them all in terms of accolades for innovation, efficiency, and public service. This year, we were honored for streamlining staff training for our homeless point-in-time count, hosting 32 animal adoption events leading to more than 1,600 pet adoptions, making building inspections easier, keeping residents well-informed and safe following the El Dorado flood, teaching children the importance of good oral health, providing reentry support to vulnerable clients following incarceration, enabling local job seekers to succeed in their careers, increasing access to healthy foods for county residents, unveiling our Curtain of Courage Memorial. And this is just a sample of the 160 national awards that San Bernardino County earned for the services we provide to our residents and visitors. Thank you to our county employees for making this recognition possible.
Hi, my name is Angel. I'm an enrichment specialist here at the San Bernardino County, specifically at the War Animal Shelter. For the whole day, I get to spend time and walk them, feed them, and play with them, and just improve their quality of life. I do enjoy being around animals. I grew up with them. I have had dogs my whole life, and cats as well. First thing I do, I normally just clean the play yard or the catering room for the cats and dogs. And then I'll check my list to see what dogs are available to do enrichments. From there, I'm just taking one by one throughout the 10 hours that I work here. And I just spend time with them, feed them, play with them, walk them. But since right now it's summer, it's very hot, so we just play in the play yard and we're at the pool out there. What I like is that I meet new pets every day. I bond with them, make them adoptable, find them a new home. Especially when it comes to aggressive or shy dogs. They typically change when we provide these enrichments for them. Once they do get adopted, that's the best feeling. When you make a difference, such as changing their personality, they're gonna be adopted one day just because they're a happy animal. What makes me happy being working with this staff is that our main goal is to get these animals adopted. If you just love being around animals, this is the perfect job for you as well.
Oh, no. And I kind of miss it a little bit. I said a little bit.
I'm about ready to start. No, you can't be sorry. You want these things to roll along. Let's go. It's 10 o'clock. Do you care if I call it to order?
I do not care. As long as it's
All right.
after 10, we are good.
Good morning. I would like to call this meeting to order. I'd also like to acknowledge our High Desert and Joshua Tree conferencing sites, and thank you all for joining us. I would also like to announce that this morning I am going to move our items for public comment that are not on today's agenda up to the very top of the meeting before our consent calendar. So anyone wishing to speak on items not on today's agenda may do so at that time, and then we will move on into our consent calendar. We will begin this morning with our pledge and invocation that is being presented by the 4th District.
Thank you, Thank you, Madam Chair. It's my honor this morning to introduce our speaker today. He's from Voss Church in Ontario. Robert Rocha is lead pastor of Voss Church in Ontario, a non-denominational church with the vision to turn the hearts of every generation back to God and back to each other. He has been in this position for the last 6 years. Patrick Rocha and his wife Elizabeth, their family, and a team of future members launched Voss Church, which officially opened its doors on February 11, 2018 at the historic Garnet Theatre in Ontario. Under his leadership, Voss Church has become a thriving, multicultural, multi-generational church that is active in the community. He's the devoted husband to his wife, Elizabeth Torres, who is also a pastor. They have been married for 18 years, have 3 children, Isabella, Ava, and Mateo. In his spare time, Pastor Rocha enjoys spending time with his family, watching sports, events, and golfing. Thank you for joining us today, sir. Please lead us in our pledge and prayer.
First of all, I would like to thank each member of the board for the opportunity and privilege to lead the invocation for the San Bernardino County Supervisor Board meeting. I'm truly honored. My Bible tells me that in 1 Timothy chapter 2, that we should pray and ask petitions and intercession and thanksgiving made to all people, for kings and for those in authority, that we may live a peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. Primero me gustaría agradecer la oportunidad y el privilegio de dirigir esta invocación en la Junta de Supervisores del Condado de San Bernardino. Es un honor estar aquí. La palabra de Dios me dice que oremos y hagamos petición por nuestros líderes, por aquellos reyes y aquellos que están en autoridad, para que vivamos en paz y tranquilamente en piedad y en santidad. So today, I would like to ask us to pray before we begin. And it says, God, we thank you for the gift of life and for bringing us together safely. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask that you prepare our hearts and let your Holy Spirit lead us into all truth and understanding. We ask that you might bless these city, county, and government leaders, that you will fill them with wisdom and understanding to govern our cities with truth and justice, that as they represent diverse population, their assignment is to bring unity to our communities. We pray Jeremiah 29:7 that also declares, seek the peace and the prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper. Señor, te damos gracias por el regalo de la vida y por traernos con seguridad. Te pedimos que prepares nuestros corazones y que tu Espíritu Santo nos guíe a toda verdad y entendimiento. Bendice a estos líderes de las ciudades, condados y del gobierno. Que los llenes de sabiduría y entendimiento para gobernar nuestras ciudades con verdad y con justicia. Que al representar una población diversa, su tarea sea traer unidad a nuestras comunidades. Declaramos Jeremías 29:7, buscad también la paz y la prosperidad de la ciudad, la cual los llevo. Oren al Señor por ella, porque si prospera, ustedes también prosperará. So we thank you, Lord, for clarity of mind and helpful solutions for the citizens of this, our wonderful county of San Bernardino. In Jesus' name we pray. Oramos en el nombre de Jesús. Amen. I'm going to ask you to please join me as we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please place your right hand over your heart, and ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor.
We will now move on to our memorial adjournments. Vice Chairman Cook, Supervisor Hagman, Supervisor Baca. All right. We now will move on to our special presentations. This morning we have two, so if my colleagues will please join me in the well. All right, this morning I would like to recognize Dr. Teresa Frausto, who is retiring from the county after 22 years. Dr. Frausto began her career as a child and adolescent psychiatrist with the Department of Behavioral Health and later became the medical director for our Department of Behavioral Health. Throughout her career, she's demonstrated exceptional leadership, resiliency, and a commitment to the county. We thank you for your dedicated service to our residents, and we wish you a happy retirement. If you'd like to join us, please, up here. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
It has been truly an honor to work for San Bernardino County. I have had the privilege to work with some fascinating young physicians, and the goal has been to train the next generation of physician leaders. And thank you so much for this privilege and honor.
Thank you, and then you can invite your team down if you want. If you'd like to invite anybody down for photos?
Yes.
Here.
Everybody's being shy. Get them up there.
Trisina. Heather Lauer.
Everybody, come on. Everybody, come on.
This is my DBH family and family.
We all done? Oh, I got this game in my side.
I would now like to recognize Tom Hernandez, who is retiring from the county after 31 years. Tom began his career with the Department of Public Health as a health services assistant. He quickly rose through the ranks and served in many roles throughout his tenure. For the last few years, Tom has been working in the county administrative office as the chief grant officer. We thank him for his dedication and years of service to our county and wish him a happy retirement. Tom?
Smiling too much. I know. Smiling.
Take a picture,
Oh,
and then you
yes.
can say a few words. Like to say a few words?
Of course. I might have something drafted that I want to say. So I have to write it down because I'm getting older. So, first, Chair Rao,
Thank you for your leadership and dedication to the residents of this county. You have been a blessing to us all, and I appreciate you beyond anything. Vice Chair Colonel Cook, thank you for your caring, gracious hospitality and leadership for so many of us, and for all the great meals and conversation, especially your humor at the Capitol Hill Club. Supervisor Hagman, thank you and Alan Wapner for everything you've done to bring commerce to the Inland Empire through your commitment and hard work that has made Ontario Airport a global destination. Thank you very much. Supervisor Baca, thank you for your devotion to your constituents and your ongoing pursuit to assist the homeless, looking out for so many disadvantaged in our community. He's not here, but for Supervisor Armendariz, ever since he was elected, I knew he would be a special addition to the board, also committed to his constituents, and he has a great staff members. Luther, through your leadership, I see the county moving forward in the right direction. Thank you for being so accessible and just a friendly heck of a guy. Tom, over my career, I've had depended on the excellent advice that I've received from so many county councils over the years, and I want to say you have a fantastic team. So, to my executive leadership friends, for your example and openness, I want to acknowledge Diane Alexander, whom I've known my entire career, Diane Rundles for your insights, Trevor for your ongoing dedication, and Chad for always being so approachable, and Matthew, where's Matthew? There he is, he's in the far back. Matthew, when we first met those many years ago, geez, it's like what, 17, 18 years ago, I knew you were destined for greatness, and you have proved me right, my friend. Thank you for your generosity and your thoughtfulness. And I want to thank all the deputy executive officers who have shown me what great leadership is. They're all over here. Val, Paloma, Stephanie, Cheryl, Gilbert, Michael, Mo, Victor, Daniel, and last but never least, Robert Saldana, who is up there behind, and I see him. Robert, you have been a shining star of a boss for me and others. These last 2 years have been among my best, all due to your kindness, example, and camaraderie. And finally, I'm almost done. Finally, the grants office team, Abby and Garrett. You two are phenomenal. Luther, when you retire, I think these two might be able to fill those shoes. And to my many friends and family in the county, I am lucky to have worked and known all of you. Thank you for accompanying me on my journey throughout the decades, and blessings to everyone here. Thank you.
Do you have any family you want to bring up?
My family from finance, ARPA, and Ledge.
You want to bring them up?
Can I get my family from finance, ARPA, and Ledge up here for a picture? Come on. You guys are my family. All of you. Some of you who don't want to come down, but please come down. All right.
Congratulations, Tom. Very excited for you. Thank you for all your service.
There you go.
We will now move on to reports from County Council. Tom.
Thank you, Madam Chair. There are no reportable items from closed session.
And reports from our CEO, Luther.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Nothing to report this morning.
All right, on to our individual board member comments. Vice Chairman Cook. Whoa, Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple updates. After heavy lobbying by SCAG, the governor's budget restored the majority of REAP 2.0 funding, which includes investments in transportation and housing. San Bernardino County stands to receive nearly $27 million for 9 projects throughout the county. Ontario International Airport, June was another record month for ONT with 17% growth since this time last year, the highest single month since Ontario's transition to local ownership in 2016. IEHP Grand Slam Health Jam will be at Lone Mart Field August 11th during the Quakes game. Dental screening, fluoride treatments, and vaccines will be available. Please come join us out there for that day. National Night Out is coming up on August 6th. Check with your local city to learn about more events taking place during that time period. And this just came in last night. Southern California AQMD, Air Quality Management District, just received a $500 million grant from U.S. EPA, United States Environmental Protection Agency, for a climate pollution reduction grant. It's the largest grant in EPA's history, and a lot of that's going to go right here for San Bernardino County, heavy on logistics and new technologies for that. So that's all the updates I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Supervisor Baca.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to give the community a couple highlights in the 5th District. A couple things. On July 5th, Southern California Edison, they energized some light poles in Rosina Ranch community, which they had asked for quite some time, so we've been able to accommodate them. The other thing is on July 27th at 9 a.m., we'll begin a street sweeping pilot program in the Rosina Ranch community. So that's one thing that's in conjunction with Burtec and the County of San Bernardino, which is going to be great for those residents in Rosina Ranch. I just want to highlight a few events that are coming up. There's one tonight, street vending workshop. It's going to be in the Bloomington community at Ayala Park. It's at 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. to really give the community an opportunity to hear some of the concerns about the street vendors, but also let the street vendors know some of the actions that our code has been taking. And I think that's important to highlight. And a subsequent event will be the following day in Muscoy community at 5 p.m. tomorrow at 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Similar type of questions. So we're having one in Bloomington and one in the Muscoy community. I just want to highlight some board items that are going to be approved today. One is item 26, which is to continue the Pacific Village expansion. And we're taking another step to continue to get some of those issues addressed, especially with homelessness, to add 30 permanent supportive housing, 16 residential beds, and 30 newly constructed permanent supportive housing. That's important to highlight. The other thing is item 28. It's in conjunction with the San Bernardino Police Department. We're going to use some of the discretionary money to allow them to purchase some drones in order to protect our San Bernardino community. Item number 54, continued progress for Newmark Elementary School, which is in the Muscoy community. It's purchasing some easements in order to continue to make sure that those sidewalks get built in the Muscoy community. The other item is item 76, Del Rosa Fire Station, which is in the unincorporated area of Del Rosa. This fire station's been under construction. This will allow us to have additional funds to make sure the fire station is complete. Anticipated date is roughly September, so it should be open real soon to provide services for that community. And the last thing is item 82, which is continued progress of our Kessler Ballpark Dreamfield, the big investment we're making in Bloomington to make sure that we continue to allow our youth and Little League to have nice facilities within the Bloomington community. And that concludes my reports. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. I have 2 things that I would like to highlight. County Fire recently announced its designation as a 2024 Fire Risk Reduction Community. And this designation is a part of the statewide initiative to enhance fire safety and resiliency. This is a great achievement, and I would like to thank County Fire for all of their efforts in keeping our communities safe. And I would also like to commend Chief Muncie on receiving the Patriot Award for the First Responders Network Authority. This award recognizes his leadership and innovation in utilizing broadband technology throughout County Fire to enhance their services. I thank him for his continued commitment to the safety and well-being of the county residents. And let's see, next up we have Lynna. Are there any revisions to today's agenda?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, we have several revisions today. The first one is item number 2, and the special presentations portion of the agenda is revised to add a recommendation as follows. Adopt and present resolution recognizing Tom Hernandez upon his retirement after 31 years of dedicated and valuable service to San Bernardino County. Item number 82 is revised as follows. Remove the 4-vote language from recommendation 1B and add it to recommendation 1C. Delete recommendation 2A and re-letter the remaining items in recommendation number 2. Item number 86 on the discussion calendar will be continued to August 20th, and the board will take action at that time on the discussion calendar to continue that. Those are all the changes I have. Thank you.
Very good. Do we have any board members wishing to disclose a conflict of interest on today's agenda items? All right, seeing none, we will move on to our general public comment for items not on today's agenda. We're going to start with Georgia Lycoretos, followed by Lenita Edwards. And we have podiums on either side for your speaking. You can make your way to whichever podium works for you.
Can you hear me? Yes. Good morning, Madam Chair and Board of Supervisors. My name is Georgia. I live in Highland in the jurisdiction of the city of San Bernardino. I'm here today to speak to you regarding the animal crisis in our county, not just in my city. First, I want to thank you for all the measures that the county has been taking in order to address this animal crisis. But I would also like to offer some recommendations as someone who is out here on the streets fighting for change. I don't know if this is possible, but I would like to recommend an expansion of the ordinance for mandatory spay and neuter to include all dogs over the age of 4 months. Currently, it is breed specific to pit bulls. If that is not attainable, I would ask that strict enforcement of any dogs at large be spayed and neutered to take better control of this overpopulation crisis that we are currently dealing with. Right now, you can go anywhere on social media. You will find people breeding illegally and selling animals. They're also being given away for free, which is further exacerbating our crisis. Also, I would like to recommend that the partnership that the facilities have with rescue organizations be further supported by all spay and neuter of animals leaving the facility. This would alleviate the burden of these rescues trying to find access to sterilize the animals before adoption, and this way they could focus on getting these animals adopted into loving homes. As many people may or may not be aware, that the rescue organizations do not receive any type of funding and depend on donations from the community, which are dwindling. This would encourage more rescues to partner with our facilities, and I believe more animals would be saved in this effort. And again, thank you for everything that you're doing, everything that you are continuing to do. We see it. We are, we are hopeful that we can make a difference in what is happening, and that we continue to improve until we have exhaust all efforts to make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Lenita Edwards, who will be followed by Horacio Diaz.
Morning, board members. My name is Lanita Edwards, and I am a licensed family marriage therapist. I've been working for the county for approximately 5 years. I want to recognize my coworkers in front of me. I want to point out we are the ones that provide essential services to San Bernardino County communities. These are the individuals who have given so much before, during, and after the terrible times of the pandemic. Always so willing to go the extra mile when the needs of our duties demanded to, and we continue to do our jobs for the sake of the public we serve. And I think it is important that I say all that because after months of negotiation, what we have at the table from your bargaining team is not gonna cut it. Living increase, not enough. Healthcare coverage, not enough. Caseload language, not enough. I can go on and on. The reality is that your bargaining team proposals fail to make any meaningful differences in the massive vacancies we cover. In general, they're showing that they don't value our members' education, license, our extracurricular work we provide to improve services. We ask that you recognize the work we do. We ask that you preserve the integrity of the public services in the San Bernardino County with the contract we deserve so we can continue to provide the services our community deserves. Thank you for your time.
Our next request to speak is Horacio Diaz, followed by Connie Tong.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Horacio Diaz. I am a social worker with the Department of Children and Family Services. I've been employed with the county for 23 years. Social workers within our department play a critical role in serving the most vulnerable children in our community. When these essential services are lacking, children continue to face neglect and abuse. It is imperative to understand that without timely and adequate interventions, neglected children may grow up into troubled adults, further burdening our community. Insufficient support and resources hinder social workers from delivering the high-quality services our community's children deserve, leading to burnout and high turnover rates within our department. We are grappling with challenges such as overwhelming caseloads, attrition, and recruitment difficulties. The sustainability of our services and the well-being of our staff are at stake if these issues are not addressed. Today, I humbly stand before you on behalf of hundreds of my colleagues, urging for a fair treatment through our contract that reflects the value of our service and the need of our department. We seek your support in ensuring that our social workers have the necessary resources, support, and working conditions to continue the crucial work effectively and sustainably. Thank you for your attention and consideration.
Connie Tong, followed by Nancy Richardson.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Connie Tong, and I'm a resident of this county as well as a county employee. I've been a speech therapist for the past 17 years at Arrowhead. Arrowhead is a level 1 trauma hospital and has recently earned the distinction of being the best hospital for 2024. And with that, we should be providing quality care that befits the residents of this county. I'm not trying to take away from the accomplishments and the accolades, especially since the CEO is here, but to point out an issue that I find concerning. With the growth of the population and the size of the hospital, the staffing in my department, as well as other departments within the hospital, has been grossly insufficient to meet the needs and service the people of this county. We're unable to keep our staff, whom are leaving for positions at other hospitals, not only for the higher pay, but also for greater job satisfaction due to staffing issues. Therapists are burnt out from high caseloads and daily patient lists. There are days when there might be only one therapist servicing greater than 50 plus awaiting evaluations. Our policies remain the same since I've started at Arrowhead. We see the patients whom have no insurance, people that need our services in terms of prioritizing evaluations over treatments. Our policy remains steadfast with having evaluations completed within 24 hours, and we have not been able to provide timely care. Let's apologize, hold on. Much less meet the requirements set forth in our policies. We have patients not being evaluated for at least 4 to 5 days post doctor's orders, not to mention consistently following them up, at times even weeks apart. The delays getting patient evaluated for safe discharges impedes patient outcomes with the goals of returning them back to their level of independence following a devastating traumatic injury or illness. It creates a risky culture of doctors and nurses doing their own assessments, patients on precautions being walked by untrained staff before being cleared by a physical therapist, placing patients on the wrong diets, or even getting patients getting feeding tubes prematurely, and longer lengths of stay, which burdens an already overcrowded facility. Our patients deserve better. Our community deserves better. We're asking for a fair contract to provide for staffing needs to meet the demands of our county. The people of this county deserves quality, timely service. In front of you are folders with petitions from the employees asking for you to do the right thing. Take care of the employees that take care of the community every day. Thank you.
Nancy Richardson, followed by Jane Hunt-Rubel.
Good morning. I haven't been here for a while. I actually gave up on you guys. I never get a response from any of my questions. So I am here today as a member of New California State, but I am representing my own opinions. I asked you a few times ago about the impact fees and what your plan is to do about the impact fees that the Supreme Court has said. You cannot use taxes as fees. You have to be able to let the people vote on it. And so I just registered my car, which is a 2008. It's the newest one we own. And here they are, registration fee, $171. License fee, $46. Weight fee, $154. County district fees, $12. Now, why are we still being assessed fees when we don't have any say-so in it? You are working for us. We have nothing to say about it. I have not received a single response to the 4 questions I asked 3 months ago. All right, now, I'm here mostly today to talk about the difference between secession and separation. People think that New California State is a secessionist movement. Every time I mention, oh, you guys are trying to secede. Well, I found out that there was a report that's, I guess, available. We have never seen it, although it takes taxpayers' money. I believe it was Supervisor Hagman that commissioned this report. And I think the public should see it, especially if we had to pay for it. My opinion, I believe that the primary reason of using our taxpayers' money to fund this was to discredit and confuse the public about our efforts. At any rate, the difference between secession and separation, we are New California is separating from old California, not seceding like West Virginia did from Virginia. Both states will be part of the United States of America. There is a video on YouTube about West Virginia's separation. So, because Virginia had seceded, it was, they...
Thank you. Jane Hunt-Rubel, who will be followed by Patrice Duncan.
Good morning, board members. I'm glad the cheering section's gone. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about the usual things, the trucks. Even this morning, I was headed out on 2nd Avenue, and I got near, and there was a guy in a big rig. He took up all of 2nd Avenue. I had to finally honk, say, get the hell out of the way. He was blocking the whole road. Then I turned onto on Cajon Boulevard, which is just trucks. Had another problem. They were all stalling, and so I get upset about that because it seems the county and the cities, I want them to designate, like it used to be years ago, everything south. There weren't allowed trucks going south from the bridge up there on Palm Avenue down into the city of San Bernardino. But now all bets are off because they built all those warehouses above us. And now it's getting even worse and worse with the traffic from the trucks whizzing down there. And they dominate the whole road. And it's a shame that it's the city of San Bernardino, and part of it's city of San Bernardino. And then our part, which is kept nice, but I'm noticing ruts in the road now along Cajon Boulevard in our section. So I wish something could be done about it. I'd go to the city council meeting, but I don't like them because they hold them over there in a bad part of town, because I drive through there on my way here. Prostitutes, drug dealers, everything. And I'm not going to go to their city council meetings. They're a joke. I like coming to yours, meetings because it's humane and it's safe here. But anyway, I wanted to complain about that. But also, I'd like to thank. I phoned last week. I phoned Baca's office because my neighbors and I are upset about Vertec raising our rates, and most of us are retired in my little small area. And we can't afford it anymore. So I phoned Jessica to find out what's going on, because I was told when Vertec first got approved to be handle our garbage disposal, they told me, the guy said, you guys are in charge of the financing, setting the prices and everything. So I was confused when I got this, and I asked Jessica, I said, well, I want to know what's going on because we can't afford anymore, us, retired people. And you have to have, trash pickup. So, and we're getting less service.
That's time.
Thank you very much. Patrice Duncan, who will be followed by Garth Pazant.
Thank you, Chairperson Rao and Supervisors, for the opportunity to speak. My name is Patrice Duncan. I'm from Sugarloaf, where I serve as Sugarloaf Property Owners Association President and Chairperson of the Big Bear Fire Safe Council. I want to thank you for your recent support and letter to our state government leaders calling for the stabilization of homeowners' fire insurance. The issue is of critical concern to our mountain residents, and I'm confident by adding your voice to the conversation that we will have a positive impact on the problem. I'm here today to ask the board to consider making an improvement to the current TOT spending budget. The East Big Bear Valley is experiencing two infrastructure challenges due to visitor impact. The first being solid waste disposal, the second being fire department staffing and response times. Supervisor Rao has been incredibly supportive and generously pledged to send money to the Big Bear City Community Services District for the construction of an alternative disposal site to our curbside trash collection. The site would enable visitors and second homeowners a convenient location to dispose of trash before leaving our valley, greatly reducing the mess and danger of wildlife interaction that occurs daily as a result of trash sitting curbside until pickup day. I have sat through many hours of discussions of CSD about the installation of this alternative site, and the primary opposition from the organization is that CSD does not have the funding to sustain such a project long-term once it's installed. The only way would be to impose an additional fee or tax on residents to fund a need that is created by visitors and tourism. Our second challenge is that the Big Bear Fire Authority budget absorbs 34% of costs attributed to the visitor impact. The current operations of the department are optimum for daily needs of Valley residents, but strains during peak weekends and seasonal swells are causing a problem. You may remember that the agency tried to raise additional funds in 2020 through Measure I initiative, which was defeated handily by residents with a clear message that we would not fund a tax for services that visitors impacted. In fiscal year 23, San Bernardino County collected over $475,000 in TOT funds from short-term rentals in the county area of our valley. I'm asking the supervisors to please consider modifications to the budget to allow these funds to be sent directly to CSD and the Fire Authority to help the cost of visitor impact. The Big Bear Valley is an island in the sky. We face many unique challenges due to tourism and our remote location that most other county communities do not face. Direct access to this funding would go a long way in continuing to improve the quality of life in our valley for both residents and tourists alike. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Garth Pizant, followed by Margaret Cashin.
The people, plaintiff and respondent versus Joseph Moulton, defendant and appellant. Barbara A. Smith, under appointment by the Court of Appeal, supposedly for defendant and appellant. Xavier Becerra, Attorney General. Lance E. Winters, Chief Assistant Attorney General. Julie L. Garland, Assistant Attorney General. Eric A. Swenson, Allison V. Acosta, and Christine A. Gutierrez, Deputy Attorney General for the plaintiff and the respondent. All the above employed to betray one insignificant innocent Black American. Pitiful. Sentenced 39 years for attempted murder of a pillow. Those whom are involuntarily committed are appointed a representative payee by the Social Security Administration and the state of California. If you are pursuing any case, they are to allot you $85 a month, contrary to the $12.50 a month. You must file a complaint for back pay for all the years you are or were locked up pursuing your cases. They have cheated you out of these funds. What you don't know will hurt you. To the Board of Supervisors and Public Health Director Joshua Douglas, civilian Margaret Cashin wants you to sterilize, tip, and rescue animals that can survive in the deep forest ecosystem. Margaret Cashin, if you want pets, use your expenses, not the taxpayers. If you need a gainful job, find yourself a husband. California criminal law is made for its original civilians. Foreigners whom enter California have their own laws and communities.